Hello there. It is now April 6th, plus 4, T plus 4. Um, and just wanted to chat, actually. Um, Hospitals, any large organization really, but hospitals in particular, have rhythms. And when you've been in a hospital for a while, you recognize that not only do they have rhythms, they have sub-rhythms as well. It's like, when a specific shift comes on or a specific shift comes off, um, you're going to go ahead and be confronted with a different set of timelines that each subset of nurses and aides tend to work into the process, none of which are yours, none of which have anything to do with you um, in many cases. And we talked about this before, waking up to check whether or not you're asleep, and things like that happening on. One of the things that disturbed my particular rhythm for today happened to have been uh, work on the boiler for the hospital unit itself, and which means that there was no hot water for a period of I don't know how long, probably 4, 5, 6 hours while they were doing whatever maintenance they had to do. But in the time that I, in the day, the normal time of the day, when I take my shower, I was affected by this. I was impacted by it, which got me to thinking about a lot of other things, which are dangerous if you're left with too much time on your hands. And I was thinking about, I was thinking about how foolish you can be when you decide that you have the mental capacity or the strength of will to uh, to either to deny chemistry and biology its natural course by thinking that you're not going to be impacted by the normal symptoms that accompany whatever chemicals they're feeding into your body at any given moment. And I'll give you a couple of good examples of this, just to show you how deranged I am. And if you ask Leslie this, she'll tell you from the beginning that I'm not quite right. So, and if you know me for any length of time, then you already know that I'm not quite right. And that's quite all right to be not quite all right, because many of the people I know that are normal are not a lot of fun. And those of us who aren't tend to be a lot of fun, because you never know what we're going to do. But realistically, there was a part of me that really felt like I could dodge a bullet and not be impacted by all of the side effects that are a result of chemotherapy. And a simple example of that is that the last, I think it was the last dose of chemo I had, tends to impact your entire mucous membranes, mucous tissues. And these mucous tissues go from your nose directly through to the other end of your body. And wherever there are mucous membranes, they're attacked by this particular chemo drug. And I thought that I was going to beat it. I actually got a little bit cocky about it, and recognized that at some point I wasn't going to beat it. And it's difficult because you wind up with diarrhea. It's not a pleasant subject to talk about, but you wind up with diarrhea as a result of that, because your whole lower intestinal tract is filled with mucous membranes. Everything from your as I said before, is your nose to the other end, and you wind up with diarrhea. You wind up with all kinds of other nasty side effects. They tell you from the beginning not to blow your nose, because if you blow your nose, the membranes are so damaged that you'll start, especially with low platelet counts and things like that, you'll start a nosebleed that you won't be able to stop necessarily, and that's not a good thing either. So, so they in the process of whatever else they're doing, they're feeding bags and bags of. I don't know if I can get this around. If I can get the light right, feeding bags and bags and bags of all kinds of stuff into you while they're doing that. Well, if they put enough fluid in you, then they got to get the fluid out because you get all puffy, and they tend to give you a diuretic. I don't know what the formal name of the diuretic that they gave me is, but I got to tell you something. If they sprinkle this stuff on a field of grapes, you're going to wind up with raisins in about a half an hour. So that's where we are. If you hear bumbling around in the background, that's my nurse, Mary, who is quite an excellent nurse.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm not just pandering you because you're here. Just happen to really believe that's true. In any case, these mucous membranes and the diuretics and the fluids that they feed into you keep you alive, which is not a bad thing in all things considered. The alternative kind of sucks rocks. And it's a good thing that they all work, but you're in the can about every 10 minutes. And I tell you what, sometimes you're really glad that you are still agile enough to make it in time. In any case, I was not smart enough or powerful enough or whatever else the word might be to avoid those kinds of side effects and what have you. And when you're dealing with the symptoms of that happening, when you're dealing about these things presenting, you tend to recognize your own humanity, and you tend to recognize, hopefully, you tend to recognize a little humility in the mix as well. And then you go with the natural rhythm of things that starts to develop, like being without hot water for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or however many hours it was, and not being able to take your shower when you wanted to take your shower. So you go from there. Excuse me, I'm getting scanned. See, this is where you know that this is not made up. It's for real. Right?
Some medicine for your blood pressure.
Blood pressure, yeah, the blood pressure. I've been waiting for you for the blood pressure because I saw that 150 something over whatever. That's another thing that happens to you is that they give you medication that saves your life, but in the process tends to spike your blood pressure, and your blood pressure getting that high can be a bad thing. So they give you other medications that will tend to crash your blood pressure down to where it's supposed to be. And I'm going to go take my medicine now and leave you for the time being, and then hopefully we'll be back together again, and we'll have more to talk about tomorrow. Love you all. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.